So, yeah, let's get straight to it.
Yep.
How many, like, you do this as a business, right?
Yeah, sort of.
Like, how long have you been doing this? Like, what got you started into doing crab as a, or like seafood as a, like, as a business starting point?
Business. Let's see, started in like 2011.
You used to be working as a, what's that, an insurance agent also.
Yep.
Then what made you like switch over to this? What was your inspiration?
Let's see. Interest one, I always like the sea and stuff. I guess the other thing is also the food. I mean, I like seafood. And there's never any good seafood for a reasonable price. So, you know, I was just thinking, like, why not just grow it myself? Because how hard could it be, right?
And it's quite difficult now?
No, not really.
Really?
Turns out it's quite easy. I mean, a lot of the work has already been done for, if you want to start a crab or a fish or a seafood thing, basically, yeah, most of the work's already been done by some random aquarium people. You just need to not be... I guess don't be an arrogant twat about it and think that, you've got magical things to offer the industry when you haven't even started. I think that's a problem a lot of farmers make. That's a mistake a lot of farmers make at the start. Yeah. Just look at what works and apply that. Once you understand the principles, then go, like, do funny shit. No, they just kept coming up when I went fishing, and the easiest thing was just to like, the easiest way to keep the sandbed clean, actually. So all these horseshoe crabs are coming out of the area where it's going to be reclaimed. So, rather than throw them back and let them die, they come here, they burrow around in the sandbed, they keep the sandbed clean and aerated. Yeah. They're not found for any reason, they're just here. Come on, let's go in. So yeah, this is the hospital tank. It's basically where all the new fish go when they first come in. So if they are unwell or whatever, they come here first. And then it comes in two halves, so it opens on that side as well, and we should probably open it up because I have no idea what's under here right now. This is a bucket of salt, by the way. You add salt to water to make salt water. Just get the right salt. Everyone thinks you have to go to the sea and get buckets of water. You don't really have to.
Where do you get like the fishes, all this?
The fishes either come from like supermarkets or wholesale centers or whatever. Whoa, shit. Damn, I wasn't intending to clean that whole thing today, but so the mussels come from a farm, well, my farm actually, that floats around in the sea in Pasir Ris. Ooh.
Oh, you have a farm in the...
Yeah, one of the floating ones. Okay, so the technical difference between a kelong and a floating farm is that a kelong sits on stilts and the stilts reach all the way down to the seabed. A floating farm just floats on floats. The internet basically, and a bunch of professors from NUS and NTU.
Oh.
So when I first started off farming, the government had been talking to a lot of professors, like, who used to be Singaporean. Oh, I mean, they still are Singaporean, but they're marine biology professors who couldn't find work here, and then they moved overseas. And then I think the government convinced them to come back because they were going to start some sort of weird program to grow food in Singapore, and they were telling these guys like, "Oh, come back, there's a whole new generation of farmers that will need you."
The 2030 project, right?
Back then it was called 15 by 15. So Singapore is very good at shifting goalposts. Hang on a second, I got to turn something off. So back then they called it 15 by 15. So these professors came back with that. Anyway, the problem with farmers, I think, is a lot of us think we know everything. So these guys went and came back, offered advice, nobody listened to them. So it's really just me and like 2 or 3 other farms that basically got to ask these professors whatever the hell we wanted because nobody else was interested in talking to them.
Like, what was one of the most important advices they gave you guys?
Well, there's no one single thing. In terms of what I learned, the most useful thing is, don't be an arrogant twat, lor. Like, you don't know everything, right? There are people who've been doing research for like their entire lives that don't know everything. So, right, always question what you know. I think that's true with everything else in life. Always question what you know. Just because something feels right doesn't mean it's right. And I think that's a problem that every farmer has. You ask them, like, why your fish dying? Oh, I think it's this. They'll say it's like, oh, something's eating their eyeballs or something like that. It's a very common problem with fish being farmed here. Their eyes start to fall out. For snapper especially. So if you go to the market, you find a lot of one-eyed snapper. Hang on. God damn. Yeah, it turns out it's got nothing to do with things eating the eyeballs. It's got everything to do with air bubbles. So the thing that causes snapper eyeballs to fall out is air bubbles. So when they're young, if an air bubble gets into the mouth and there's basically too many random air bubbles, one of them sneaks in behind the optic nerve and pops the eyeball out. Oh. Yeah. So it turns out everyone's feelings were wrong. And some random research paper in China was right. Because after actual experimenting, people were like, hey, yeah, I guess it is air bubbles. But to this day, farmers think that snapper lose their eyeballs because
of parasites.
Parasites, yeah.
Hello.
Yeah. But it just turns out that you cannot farm them with too many bubbles when they're young, because when the young snapper go so deep into the ocean that they never encounter air bubbles. If you look here, this guy's burrowed.
Oh,
See
there's
this?
a horseshoe. Oh, yes.
Wow.
So he was
Oh, it's
burrowing
moving.
and keeping the sand clear. That's
Ah.
basically it.
So you catch these.
By accident, yeah. And it just keeps showing up. And they're always in the area where, they announce it like, oh, there's going to be government reclamation. Because the environments that are easy to reclaim are also the environments where you find a lot of horseshoes. This pump sends water over to the storeroom. And the storeroom has a few other tanks, so it's this way. Yeah, so this is where we keep all the giant crabs. So these three are our breeders. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 are being kept for food. This one is a breeder because he's white. Crab farmers are awkwardly racist. And that guy is recovering because he lost a claw. So a crab condo is basically a shoe rack or a cheap drawer system that's made of plastic, and you put a lot of crabs in it. And it allows you to keep crabs without them killing each other. For big crabs, a lot of their diet in the wild is other crabs. So when they're younger, it's prawns and shellfish, like clams and whatnot. But as they get older, basically, it seems it's easier for them to just eat other crabs. Like if you observe baby crabs under a microscope, right? 2 of them could be swimming towards, let's say, a baby prawn. So if there's a prawn here, and there's a baby crab here swimming towards it, and there's another baby crab here, you can see they're both swimming towards the prawn, then they notice each other, and then the bigger one will turn towards his sibling and eat him.
Wow.
It's a preference thing from the looks of it. My favorite type of crab to grow is actually flower crabs.
Oh.
Yeah, I actually prefer flower crabs to mud crabs because the taste is better. I think they're sweeter. But you know what? Mud crabs are easier to eat. The biggest flower crabs are like 800 grams. The biggest mud crabs are like 4 kilograms.
Wow.
You're feeding a lot more person by killing a lot less animal.
Mm.
And I think from an ethical point of view, that's important.
Yeah.
It's also why I made it a habit to just grow animals as big as possible. Okay, so this crab, I guess, in most restaurants would be considered like an extra large crab.
Oh. Do they get bigger?
Yeah. So this is So yeah, this is a restaurant size extra large. I would consider these guys extra large. Hang on. Yeah. So stand up there, and you can get a shot.
Wow, that is so big.
So
It-
it looks big to you now, and even when
Wow.
he's underwater. But
That is very big.
if I were to get him to stick his claws up, this one is Shiva. Shiva was named because he's extremely violent and blue, and he's from India. So
The god.
yeah, it's god of destruction crab.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Yeah. So look at the size of that claw.
Yeah, that's huge.
This one I'm holding now is this small claw.
Oh,
His big claw is over here. He's just stuck behind the pipe. Oh boy. My policy. Ow! Shit! He poked me.
oh dear.
Oh wow! I didn't realize. Okay, that's how far he can reach.
That is so
Wow.
fast.
I was touching him here. He reached
Wow.
me over there. But yeah, there's the big claw back there. My policy is you eat the crabs at 1.5 kilograms and 2 kilograms. That's actually the halfway point for big crabs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I'm just making sure all his food. Yep, okay. So he's eaten all his food. The problem with him is he's only 1.9 kg. He can get up to 4
Wow. Are you going or
for
not
the
going to?
species. Well, like I said, so these 3 boys are for breeding.
Okay, okay.
So we will let them grow as big
So
as
you
they
don't
want.
breed as well.
Yeah. So normally they breed, the females go in here when they have eggs.
Oh.
But
Okay.
let's see, here's the other male. So Shiva's for breeding because both his claws are very evenly sized and both of them are quite large. So
Wow.
from a consumer's perspective, we want to give people
Wow. Oh, these are big crabs.
Oh
yeah,
my god.
we want to give people, evenly sized claws so you don't have to go fight over them, right? This guy is Hellboy. Hellboy has one giant right arm and one small left arm.
Okay.
Like,
Yeah. Help him.
yeah.
Does he pack a punch too?
Yeah. This guy's claw, you can't tell from here, but his claw is bigger than my hand.
Oh my
Oh.
god.
Right, that's my hand for perspective. That's his claw.
Yeah. Wow. It's big.
Then this one up here, we call him Indian Hellboy. Size and other characteristics.
Like
So-
the white one?
Yeah, so that's a good question to segue into. This guy, he's very small, very white. So one of the things we want is, from an environmental perspective, I don't want my crabs to escape and then, fuck up the genome of the rest of the world, right?
The ecosystem, yeah.
Yeah, because that's
Okay.
why we don't have wild cows anymore. Get the size and shape right with these guys. Because this one has a giant left claw, this one has a giant right claw. In case it's genetic, I want their babies to have offspring. So they're going to have grandchildren in common.
Okay.
This is probably going to be the base crab that we base all the genetics off of. So the family line is going to contract a bit. When we get the right size and shape, then we start adding the color in. So there's this. So we're going to basically get giant crabs with 2 very big claws. Then we're going to turn them white.
Okay.
After we turn them white, there is another gene that controls iridescence. So there are some crabs with an iridescent layer. It's very rare because being shiny gets you killed in the wild for obvious reasons. Being white also gets you killed.
But customers prefer it.
Yeah.
Does it actually affect? It does actually affect taste, or just
No, has
Oh, it's just
no
aesthetics.
effect on taste. Yeah, it's just aesthetics. Also, the idea is that if our crabs ever escape, we want them to just die. We know exactly which parasite to infect them with before we send them out. So that even if they do escape,
They won't mess up the.
they can't breed.
Oh.
For me, the important thing to keep in mind is I can open the crab condo, right? We can tell him he's going free. And he's not going to do anything. Right? So any wild animal that you can think of, or any animal that doesn't want to be in a cage, if you open the cage, they come out, or they act like they're coming out, or they, will he doesn't look like he wants to come out.
No, it does
If you
not.
look at the body language, he's tucked all the way back in the cage. If you put anything in, he will defend this because crabs are naturally burrow-dwelling animals. It's why guys who catch crabs, you never see crabs wandering around on the seabed.
Yeah.
Okay, not this species, lah. Right? Mud crabs, you never see them walking around the sand, crawling over corals. They're always like in a hole somewhere. There's a few other guys on TikTok that go crabbing. The guys who trap them, you have to bait the traps. So when they're hungry, they come out of their burrows at night and they get caught. You have to drop the trap right in front of the burrow too.
Oh, okay.
Or the other guy, the Indonesian guy, Atuan. That guy is nuts. He will stick his hand in the burrow somehow, and he will pull the crab out.
And just grab it.
Yeah. And if you ask him what do the crabs do, right, when you grab them, the first thing they do is they spread their shoulders out, and they try and wedge themselves in. Yeah, no, crabs are introverts. You give them a dark hole, you give them enough food, you give them aircon, and they're like, okay, I'll stay here
Satisfied.
forever. Well, the sea and the mud is actually cooler than air temperature, right? So it's about 26 degrees in the mud. Yeah, so
Okay.
I keep the room at about 26. So yeah, they're happy. If anything, they're upset because the water's too clean. They don't want to be able to see stuff, which is why the lights are always off. Yeah.
Okay.
And then I think the thing that's really annoying them right now is it's breeding season and we haven't gotten them a girlfriend.
Oh.
So
So how many like grandchildren have they made yet? None yet so far.
like
One.
10, 15 million. We've gone through like 6 or 7 spawning cycles with the females. The problem is none of them have survived because I haven't finished building the larval rearing tank. So I can get them to spawn in here. And I can collect the babies, but we have no larval rearing tank, so basically they all die. Or rather, they all get fed to the fish. So we are working on hatchery tanks. And then once that's done, we'll be able to breed crab. We could do a thing with the 200-300 crab farming students I have, where we just I get them to grow free crabs and give them away to the rest of the community. One of my students is actually already doing that. He's in Woodlands. He's growing crabs for his neighbors. So every unit in his block has a little drawer that's already pegged. So every family gets a free crab from him.
Wow.
Yeah, he's a really nice guy. Of course, being in Singapore, that means everyone's complaining about him being a nice guy. So HDB has gotten a few complaints about this man growing crabs in his HDB. It's perfectly legal. So I'm sure he would like to tell them to go fuck themselves, but they can't because that's not polite. There's not much to do. You feed these guys once a week. See how everything here looks like it's been destroyed, like a bomb went off?
Yeah.
That's him. But if you look at this one,
Oh, okay.
hopefully it doesn't take my finger off. Okay. See this muscle here? This one is alive. And it's alive because he hasn't eaten it yet. So I put in a week's worth of muscles. They're all alive. And then he does whatever he wants with them.
Okay.
So far the diet is just mussels for now.
Mussels, flower crabs, prawn heads, fish.
Also, you do feed them other crabs?
Yeah.
Wow.
My neighbor's kids send snails over.
Oh.
Yeah, so
Okay.
those African land snails that have invaded Singapore, crabs will eat them.
For the one that you see everywhere. Is it?
Yeah. So it's good to get them from private estates and HDBs, but not good to get them from condos because condos will use snail killer. Snail killer is toxic to crabs. Right now, because it's on skills feature thing, it's mostly old people, so guys in their 40s and above. Yeah. So you have a lot of guys in their 40s, you have a lot of retired female doctors, nurses, and hospital research people. That seems to be a very common demographic with the women. And then the very weird demographic that comes by that I never expected is guys who are allergic to crabs. So guys who are allergic to crabs make up 2% of the students.
Wow.
It's very specific. You'll never find a woman allergic to crabs out of the like 300 plus people that we've done so far. 2% of them, about 6 of them, are guys who are allergic and are specifically sent down because their wife likes crabs. There is one guy whose daughter likes crabs and he's allergic. So yeah, that's a really weird thing guys are willing to die for. So I have a background in finance and economics, so it helps. The fundamental thing is this: everyone's costs are rising because all their costs are external. All their costs come from someone else, right? They've never decided, oh, I'm going to raise prices to be a dick. It's just your supplier from a foreign country says, oh, my costs are going up. Therefore, your costs go up too. We got most of our costs are local. I mean, okay, fine. The price of oil affects the price of the yogurt drawers. So, you know, in that regard, we're slightly affected, but most of our operating costs are food
Okay, so
and seawater. The food comes from us. We grow it ourselves in the sea in Singapore. It comes, mussels just grow out of the sea.
Yeah.
I mean, you float a farm there, the plankton will naturally stick to it. A mussel pops out. So I have no external costs. All my costs are internal. Yeah, so my costs are the price of labor and that's it.
so like when you're selling, do you sell majority locally or?
Yeah, all of it locally.
All of it
Singapore's the
local.
most expensive place in the world for seafood. I've got buyers. I've got prospective buyers from. Oh wait, if this is going on TikTok, right? Yeah.
This is going on YouTube.
Oh, if it's going on YouTube, then yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
There is a guy in Dubai who wants some. There's a guy in the UAE who wants some. There's a guy in Qatar who wants some. He stopped messaging me after the Israelis bombed him. Not him specifically. Just saying they bombed the area he was in. So I think the internet's a bit shitty right now for him. I hope he survived. But yeah, all of them spend less on crabs than Singaporeans do. We like to talk about it because it's not really a problem.
Oh, okay.
Think about it. We don't actually talk about real problems. When was the last time you talked about inflation?
Yeah.
Or birth rates, or the fact that MINDEF doesn't have enough guys to fill up an entire infantry battalion this year. Food scarcity is like zombies. It's fun to talk about it because you know it's not a real threat. There is a saying, when goods cross borders, armies don't. It's in our best interest to buy from Malaysia and Indonesia because we want them to see us as customers and not adversaries, right? So that's from a national defense perspective. And if we were really, really, really taking the food scarcity 30 by 30 thing seriously, 99% of the farmers wouldn't be guys. Let's say you decide to do your NS, you don't have a choice. Then after your NS, you decide, oh, I'm going to be a farmer and handle the 30 by 30 thing. Yay. What are the chances of your female friends joining you?
Quite low.
So here's the awkward thing you find. It's very high. The intake rate for female farmers is very high. They never hang around. Nobody cares about the guys, so they will be farmers, right? Okay, now, let's say a war happens and we need the 30 by 30 thing because it was a sustainability thing. Your entire farm of 12 guys, let's say it's a chicken farm, so you guys are feeding the chickens every day and collecting eggs, right? MINDEF calls you up.
No one to tend to the farm anymore.
All 12 of you leave the farm. How long do you think your chickens are going to survive before someone figures out that they need to feed them? But yeah, if we were taking the food thing seriously, someone would have pointed out that we need the majority of farmers to be female with no NS obligations.
Yes, I understand.
But right now, if you flash that green, if Lawrence Wong presses that button, right, every single farmer drops his stuff, goes to their NS camps. And then I think someone made the stupid comment, oh, right, no, it's okay. If the guys go to the farm, the foreign workers will look after all the animals.
But
The foreign workers from Malaysia? Who have their own NS obligations? I mean, let's not even make this a red land versus blue land thing. Let's say Singapore and Malaysia team up to fight aliens, right? The Malaysian foreign workers
would go
have
to
to
Malaysia.
go back and do their NS too, and then we all go fight the aliens together. And the guys die and all the girls starve to death. Because nobody thought about this 30 by 30 thing.
Okay. But you mentioned, right, like your demographic for people who take your classes, right, where some of them were also like females in like doctors, nurses, right? How have they maintained or like continue to take care of crabs?
Yeah. The problem is that there are as many women taking the classes as there are crab allergic guys taking the classes.
Okay.
So, yeah. And it's not helpful that a lot of the women taking the classes are all medical professionals. When that 30 by 30 thing hits, right, these are the first women to go and like come with us.
Yeah.
I've done multiple fish giveaways, so I have a thing where whichever political party is campaigning in my area, whoever is losing, you get free fish.
Oh.
I don't care who, but it was Workers' Party. So they got free stuff, and then they gave away like a few hundred kilograms of free fish.
Wow.
100
Wow.
kilograms.
A few hundred, like
Wow.
300 or 400.
That's crazy.
Wow.
And I think it helps the democratic process because if you support the weakest candidate, whoever wins really wins. It's based on merit or corruption if we weren't in Singapore, but you know.
Yeah.
On a serious note, right?
Yeah.
How likely would you try and recommend to youths today, right, to try and take up farming
Definitely do it as a hobby.
as a hobby, but not as a job?
No, as a career, it's still okay. But like, you know, there's better things to do when you're young. Yeah. Actually, no, wait. I take that back. Get into farming.
Get into farming.
Get into farming because it's one of those very unregulated industries, and that's a good thing actually. They've gone and deregulated further because I think the finance minister figured out that the way to drive innovation is to remove the barriers, right? So they've gone and deregulated a bit. They're allowing people to build a farm anywhere. So like some guy just registered a vanilla farm in his HDB.
Wow.
Singapore's the ultimate startup environment because like HDBs are like these small modular properties, and if we're allowing anyone to start a cafe or a restaurant or whatever, right, then it's great because it's a great way to try out like 5 million new ideas at once and see what works. So yeah, you know what? Do the farming and F&B thing. And
See what
because
works
there's a lot of overlap, right? A lot of people are building farm to table things. Do that while you're young and you have not been, I guess, crushed by the world yet, and you can still be adventurous and have ideas. By the way, that's Charlie.
Oh yeah. How old is she?
He,
Oh, sorry, he.
a very pretty boy. Come here. Charlie is about 18 months. Charlie thinks you're here to feed him. Sorry, he won't shut up until okay, come here. Come on, Charlie.
No. Oh yeah. What's the purpose of just growing the ducks?
Oh, eggs. My favorite crab dish is salted egg crab,
Salted egg crab.
and I didn't want to pay $5 for salted eggs every time, so.
So anytime you're hungry, just like, wow, very nice.
Also, the ducks are part of a program where we. This is my solution to 30-30. So ducks will live on food waste. They can breed on their own. They can breed if you have incubators.
Yeah.
And we have a few in Singapore. And they eat human food waste. And they don't have sharp ends on them, so there's no beaks or claws. Or they have tiny claws, but there's no beaks where they can peck out a kid's eye. So it's a home safe pet. They are also bird flu resistant. So yeah. Also, we picked a few of them up from a playground in Joo Chiat.
Joo Chiat?
Like just there.
Yeah, there's a lot of places in the Siglap Bedok Joo Chiat area, I guess, that illegally have duck embryo on the menu.
Wow. Okay.
And I think what happens is they bring in these eggs somehow. They don't sell them in time, and then the embryos hatch.
Oh.
Yeah. So duck eggs will hatch without a mother if you just keep them warm enough in the last 4 or 5 days.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.